TikTok is still screwing me over financially.
The whole social media influencer thing is really temporary.
I have near 2 million followers and I'm broke.
They will be Ubering sometime soon.
This is my story of why I decided to quit being a full-time influencer after a year and get a job.
They quit their regular jobs, became full-time influencers, posted about freedom and success. Now they're back at work, accepting that hourly paycheck they used to hate. Today we're seeing what happens when the influencer lifestyle fails and you have to go back to normal life.
Y'all want to know the real reason that I'm dropping the link on my 18th birthday? I'm broke as shit. This is the same fit that, this is the only fit. This is the only fit that I own. It's literally the same fit that I was wearing on Rakai's stream. That was months ago. That's why I haven't been posting content. I'm literally broke. Just let a girl get her bag.
I don't know how much this girl earns on TikTok, however, considering that this video alone has 400,000 likes, I think going out and buying some clothes is not really a problem. Clothes aren't that expensive unless we're talking about some super expensive luxury brands. Honestly, looking at her, I'm more inclined not to believe it. It feels like a kind of game with her followers to push on their sympathy, so people feel sorry for the poor girl who supposedly has no money at all, and maybe they will donate something to her. Also, something tells me she might be one of those type of TikTok influencers who manage to spend all their money even if they earn a lot and then still end up going into debt.
This is my story of why I decided to quit being a full-time influencer after a year and get a job in corporate America. So reason number one why I decided to not be a full-time influencer anymore is honestly money. This came down to stability and my long-term goals, and I felt like I could just reach those financial goals quicker if I wasn't an influencer, and I had to bust my ass to honestly make as much money as I wanted to every month. I was taking on, I'm not even joking, like 12 sponsorships a month. And I did have multiple streams of income. I was doing Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I had Google AdSense from YouTube. Sponsorships were without a doubt like 80% of my income.
It's a pity that in this video she didn't say exactly how much she was earning, considering that she had several sources of income, including brand deals and monetization revenue. It's quite suspicious to me that she supposedly didn't have enough money. But now, after going to work, a regular 9-to-5 job, she somehow has enough. It's quite possible that the quality of the content she was making was actually very low, and because of that she couldn't earn much money. Because obviously all those influencers who don't create unique content and just film dances and trends face huge competition.
I quit social media full-time, got a 9-to-5, and I'm the happiest I've been in a very long time. I love social media. I've been doing it for 5 years. I can't imagine just not posting it all. But the truth is, social media is not what it used to be, and because of that, I no longer treat it the same either. The money is insane. For example, if you are nearing 1 million followers, the starting rate is usually around 40,000 for one post. But follower count does not equal income. I know creators with massive followings that make barely any money, and then I know creators with a tiny amount of followers and they're making 6 figures. But the part that nobody talks about is that the money is extremely delayed and can be deeply inconsistent. Brands can take 60 to 90 plus days to pay you, and sometimes even longer.
Well, yeah, anyone who has at least basic knowledge of accounting knows that any business or company has payment terms. Every invoice that comes in gets paid after a certain number of days, depending on the agreement. But I don't really understand what the problem is here. If you know that in 2 months you're going to receive a certain amount of money, what's the problem with planning ahead? Just write down your expenses, how much you spent and how much you save. You don't need to be a mega brain to plan your finances a month ahead, but apparently for great TikTok influencers, this is some kind of impossible obstacle, because of which they have to quit TikTok entirely and just go to work a default job for normies.
Now with your 9-to-5, your traditional job, that paycheck is going to hit your account every 2 weeks no matter what. Add benefits and job security and you're quite literally sleeping better. And social media could be gone tomorrow. I've lost my account before. The stability from a job, it feels like a cushion and not a cage. It's let me save more, invest smarter, and I don't feel panicked over money. Social media is an easy job. Like the work part, so easy, but the mental toll, it is brutal. You're constantly performing, every moment has content potential. When something flops, you take it personally and you start to question your worth. Hate comments, imposter syndrome, burnout, it all builds. You can go from feeling on top of the world to invisible overnight.
You know, when TikTok became accessible to everyone and all you needed to become an influencer was just to turn on your phone camera, people rushed into it thinking it was easy money. And it seems that only now in 2026, they're starting to realize that it's not that simple. Being a professional full-time influencer is also hard and complicated work, because now it's not enough to just come to an office, sit there for your hours and receive your salary in your bank account. Now you are the manager, the worker, the marketer. Basically, you have to do everything yourself. All the risks are on you. Also, the income can be unstable. One month you earn a lot, another month you earn nothing at all, and you have to live with that. In general, being an influencer is a business. It's the same kind of business as any other, just a smaller one. And instead of managing dozens of hundreds of people, you only need to manage one, yourself. But apparently even that is too difficult for them.
Let's talk about why I decided to return to a 9-to-5 job after being a full-time digital content creator. I was a full-time YouTuber, so I was vlogging about my life abroad and uploading pretty much weekly. After a while, I started to realize like, I can't talk about this forever. I was starting to feel a bit bored and burnt out from sharing my day-to-day life because not every day was super interesting. And I started to feel like I was living to make content, you know, like everything had to be content.
For some reason, everyone thinks that making videos and earning money from it is easy and fun. But when they actually try it in practice, it turns out that this is the same kind of work as any other job. You have to write a script, plan in advance where you are going and what you're going to film. Then you have to do the editing. And after you upload the video, it often might not get any views at all. So everything you did, all your work, can end up being for nothing.
I feel low-key nervous to post this. Let's talk about why I'm quitting being a full-time influencer. For context, I've been full-time with lifestyle content here and on Instagram for about a year now. I'll also say it's been going really well lately. I've had awesome brand deals and I've been making more than I made at like any of my previous jobs ever in my life.
What amuses me is the way they talk about quitting being full-time influencers, so that they were making millions of dollars and then just voluntarily gave it up because the lifestyle didn't suit them. But in reality, it's obvious they're quitting because they simply couldn't earn enough money. They have no other choice, and now they have to go to a 9-to-5 job. People don't want to accept reality, so let's be more precise. You tried to become a full-time influencer, but it didn't work out. It's not that you were a successful full-time influencer and then decided to stop. That's not the same thing.
Every time I open up this app, I kid you not, I see somebody talking about how are these 19 and 20-year-old influencers living in these sky-rise apartments, driving fucking Lamborghinis, unboxing a $500 to $2,000 bag every week. As somebody that's been in the influencer space for over 10 years, let me tell you exactly how they're doing it. Obviously, some people are born lucky. They get born into rich families and their families take care of them, so they're able to shop like that. But let me tell you about the other 90%. I told you guys in a previous TikTok that I witnessed somebody's card get declined and they managed to open up another line of credit on their phone in under 10 minutes and pay for said bag that was thousands of dollars.
Finally, it became a common knowledge and everyone already knows that all these rich influencers are actually broke. They are lying to you. In most cases, they're just scammers. Their whole business empire and their entire media image are built on lies. They take loans, stage fake photos, show houses that don't belong to them but are rented, and drive cars that also aren't theirs. And the most ironic thing about all of this is that the more someone tries to show off their wealth, like watches, houses, cars, the higher the chance that he's actually a scammer with a camera who is just farming money from naive followers on social media. And unfortunately, people keep believing it.
I have near 2 million followers and I'm broke because I don't do brand deals unlike many influencers, and I don't push courses that teach you how to make money. I've worked so hard for years on my superhero brand. I'll never ever compromise my morals, values and what I stand for. So I'm in a position now where I would literally rather be broke than sell out.
Oh, I can already smell that open, blatant hypocrisy. As if he didn't make money not because he failed to build a strong brand or create good content, but because he's morally strong and has principles. I'm sure many of his followers believe in his innocence and think that his main motivation is charity and making the world a better place. I think that no one has simply offered him a big enough amount yet.
So now I'm asking all of you guys, what do you need? What solution do you need? What does the world need? I'm not talking about meal or workout plans here. I'm talking about something bigger and greater than all of us that can help millions make real change, and I want you all to be part of it. I want this to be our creation, something that's going to be truly impactful, give you support, give people the help they really need. I have the following, the networks, the connections, the superheroes, not me, it's us. I just need to know what you guys want so I can fully commit to it. So comment below what you need, what you think the world needs, and share this so we can get people rallying behind this. That's going to bring about real positive change. challenge and follow the journey, see where we end up.
You know, people say that creator ends the moment when he starts asking his audience what he should film. For me, this looks exactly like that. It feels like this guy has absolutely no value to offer, but somehow he has 2 million followers and says he doesn't earn anything from it. Most likely you just don't have the skills to create a course or land brand deals, but of course he'll present it like he's doing it consciously and voluntarily, refusing the money in order to be a moral example for the whole country. Sure bro, we totally believe you.
I had a video hit 50.4 million views on TikTok, and I'm gonna tell you what I made on it. There are very few people that can probably say that they've had a video hit 50.4 million views. The video went super viral. We had everybody contacting us, and do y'all want to know what TikTok paid me for a video with 50.4 million views? $1,300. $1,300. I'm not trying to be ungrateful, but I'm just saying, y'all out here thinking, oh, the Resilient Jenkins, their videos are crazy with views, they must be getting mad amount of money. No, that's not how it works.
Honestly, I'm just shocked by the arrogance and the entitlement of these small TikTok creators who had one video go viral and then still wonder why they didn't make more money. You know, $13,000 is a yearly salary in some Eastern European countries, and you made that from one video that you probably didn't even spend a full working day on. I'm sure after this, she'll get a crown on her head and start expecting every next video to get the same massive views. Then the next time she uploads something and instead of 50 million views it gets 10,000, she'll go complain again and make another video about how something is wrong with the TikTok algorithms and why she's not getting paid enough. And then she'll go get a 9-to-5 job because those 13,000 will probably be spent on some luxury handbag just to film another TikTok.
The Wall Street Journal just published an expose on how much influencers make, and it's not much. It's not all the glam, and the reasons that influencers aren't making as much as they used to is because heyday is really over. The days of when you could charge $50,000, $20,000 for one post and it would perform really well is over. The TikTok ban is looming and brands are getting tighter and people are just spending less. So what this means is that we as content creators need to get smarter in how we work with brands and how we promote ourselves and want to make money from this type of work.
You can also see that when TikTok became popular and everyone started thinking there was easy money there, people rushed in by the crowds, the competition increased, and after that you can't really make money anymore just by filming another dance video. And brands adapt to this new reality. Businesses don't want to buy ads from yet another person who in reality doesn't influence anything. So now, if you really want to earn good money, you have to bring some kind of value to your audience. Your content actually has to be good.
And it really be y'all favorite influencers that's getting regular jobs. Like, let's really talk about it. They're getting a job because it's temporary. Like, the whole social media influencer thing is really temporary. Even for people who are really, really successful at it, like, it only goes so far. It only lasts for so long. If you had to put influencers in a bubble, I would put them in a bubble with reality TV stars. They will be Ubering sometime soon. And even celebrities sometimes be having regular jobs or having businesses and stuff, because that stuff is not temporary. That stuff is temporary.
Well, that's an interesting point of view. However, I tend to disagree with that. The thing is, temporary popularity usually comes to people who don't actually provide any value. Their content is useless, and the fact that one of their videos went viral won't make them popular in the long run, because that requires real skills, and they simply don't have those skills. It's very simple. On the other hand, people who manage to monetize their popularity, who learn to plan their content long term, those people will stay around for a long time, and they'll be able to scale their businesses, and their income will only keep growing.
But all jokes aside, I see a lot of people on social media talking about that they have a regular job, and I really don't blame them, because you don't really know how long that your light is going to shine on the internet. Like, you genuinely don't know. That's why you should take advantage of the opportunity, but make sure you're acting normal at home.
For me, this video looks like an attempt to justify herself, because when something doesn't work out for you, you want to believe that it won't work out for others either, that it's all temporary, and that TikTok is pointless anyway. So it's basically a disguised attempt to devalue other people's work and other people's success, because that's much easier than admitting it yourself and working for years to get results. No, that's too hard. Why bother when you can just say that they were lucky, that their success is temporary, and that eventually they will end up broke and living on the street?